Welcome to Levels Barbershop. I'm Barber Dev G. Today I will be performing a mid-bald fade with the 3 on top. My client asked that I wouldn't put his face on the camera if I could avoid it. So I'm trying to respect my client's wishes and just keep the camera focused on the haircut. As you can see right now, I'm pretty much starting off my client's haircut with taking my canvas down to the desired length, which is going to be a 3 on top. So that's my beginning step. I'm going to take everything down to a 3. I'm using Andy's BCRG detachables, cutting against the grain to get my desired length at a 3. Now we'll go in with my red pros with my lever all the way closed and make my guideline. I just continue to work my guideline around the curvature of my client's head. I jump to the other side to make sure my guideline is balanced and even. Now I'm going to put my half guard on with my lever all the way closed and make my next guideline up. I'm only going to be going up maybe an inch, half an inch, an inch. Half guard on, all the way closed. Just going along the parietal ridge. I'm going to continue to do the same thing on the other side of my client's head. Half guard on, lever still all the way closed. Just going up about an inch or a half an inch to make my second guideline. I'm just going to continue along the round of the head of my client. My metal Ray-Bans were dead on me along the video, so there's a step that I didn't get to get. I will get to it later in the video and let you guys know what's going on. But right now I'm going to take my 1.5 guard, put it on with my lever all the way open, and just try to feather out my line, my guideline that was made from my half all the way closed. So I have my 1.5 all the way open. Feathering out that line, just trying to debolt. This haircut is a natural haircut. I use a razor finish. I didn't get a chance to put that in the video because, like I said, my Meta Ray-Bans, I lost a little bit of footage when my battery went dead. Just working out that line, feathering it, lightening it up, not digging in. It may look like I'm heavy-handed, but I'm not. I'm gonna put my half guard back on, and this time open my lever all the way up. I'm gonna get that line feathered out. This when you'll start to see a little bit of a transition in the fade. Half guard all the way open. Not digging in that line, just feathering it out. I don't want to go too high because it's a mid bald fade. Sometimes I notice myself going a little high, but I'm a professional barber. I know how to, work out those dark areas to get that blend to produce a nice haircut in the end, give us a nice result. Just feathering out that line, working my half guard all the way open, closing it as I see little dark areas until I get my lever all the way down to close to blend that first guideline that I made with my half guard, lever all the way closed. I'm sorry, that second guideline I made. The first guideline that I made, we can still see at the bottom there from the clippers, all the way closed, no guard. So I'm still working that blend in with my half guard. Open to close, open to close. This is when you gotta kind of like catch a rhythm of the haircut. You gotta have an eye. It's like, you know what you're looking for. You know what kind of finished product you're trying to put out there. So use your imagination and bring it to life. So here I go with this 1.5 again. And now I'm gonna do the same thing I just did with that half guard. Lever up and down, just trying to transition my blend and knock this line out here without taking my fade up higher. Working my way around the back of the head, pretty much doing the same steps. I missed a step, what I told you guys about when my glasses went dead, which was my clippers no guard, working my way up from all the way closed, knocking out that bottom line, working my way up from all the way closed to lever all the way open. So now what I'm doing is I'm just debulking the bottom where I'm going to ball out. Most people do this with their trimmers. I do it with my trimmers, but I don't want to just really clog up my trimmers with all that bulky hair. And I don't really do foil shavers on the bottom of my bald fade unless the client requests like for me to use foil shavers. Some clients' skin are different from other clients' skin, so foil shavers cut very close. Some people bump up, some people don't. So now I have my trimmers, and I'm just balding out the bottom of my bald fade. Some points you may see me go up into my fade with the trimmers, and it's like, oh, he went up too high with those trimmers, and he went into his blend. But I just grab my red pros and no guard and pretty much fade everything back in. Like I said, I've been cutting for a while, so I got experience in what I'm looking for and what kind of product I'm trying to produce, and I just make it happen. Sometimes I make mistakes, but that comes with expertise, with being a barber, to know how to correct the mistakes. Okay, so we just cleaning out the bottom of that fade. Right now is where you see me blending everything up with my red pros and lever open to close, just make sure everything blend in from where I just balled it out the bottom with my trimmers. We don't want no lines. Want everything to blur. Just working those dark areas. My client was overall satisfied with his haircut once I finished. This was his first time sitting in my chair. So, you know, I didn't really do my traditional steps of cutting hair. I jumped around the board a little bit. That's why you see his chair swinging left to right throughout the haircut. But sometimes it's like that, you know. You just gotta go in and paint your picture, you know. Go off the grid with it. So that's that. I feel like I make some of the best work just kind of like jumping around on the haircut. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is the finishing product. Like I said, my client was satisfied. He was happy with his haircut. I'm just pretty much cleaning up around where the cape was at, getting those loosies off my client's neck. I did shave my client, gave him a razor finish. He didn't want enhancements at all. So a natural haircut, razor finish, just the finished product, I'm sorry.